welcome back to Sticks and Strings. I'm Naomi.
I'm Beth.
I'm Eve.
And we are here. It is still not 4th of July. So I realized what's happening to me. At work, I've been so stressed about things that are happening on the 29th of June, which is this coming Monday, and then the 20th of July. And so those are like 2 big on sale days that we're having, and I'm like in charge of the whole thing. And the stress of it all has been compressing my weeks. I keep thinking, next week, oh no, wait, no, I still have another week. So
Yeah.
that's why I've been so confused about the 4th of July. It will be next week, for sure, 100%. So, but it's not this week. So we are back. It's almost the end of June. What is it, like
Yes.
27,
yeah.
26, 27?
Saturday is the 20.
Yes. Sunday's the 28th.
7th,
when
yeah.
You'll be watching this. So June is
idea.
coming. Woo! And you know, I don't know. I didn't feel like it was summer. I didn't like suffer the summer. I don't know why. I'm like, it's already the end of June? I guess I've just been so busy at work. I can't think straight. But here we are. We're glad you're with us. You know us. We like to get together. We are 3 sisters. And we like to get together and do crafts and drink our favorite drinks. And sit and chat with each other and with you. So we're glad you're here. Grab your craft, grab your drink, and sit back and relax with us for a little while we chat. And I'm bothered by the fact that the little centerpiece is not centered. I keep trying to get it centered, and it's not. Anyway, both of those Eve made. This is her recent little, her berry that she just did. That says 250 America, Justice and Liberty. Really cool with an eagle. So that is her little berry, and her biscornu also. So Eve's going first.
I am. So I am working on, again, Murder in the Garden by Hands On Design. I keep seeing there was probable cause. It's so funny, you know, and that subtitle came from a friendship that she has with another designer.
Yeah.
You know, who when she was asking, is it okay if I call this Murder in the Garden? And the friend goes, there were probable cause.
Yeah.
And she put it on the pattern.
As a subtitle. That's funny.
Yeah. So I'm getting a lot of work done on this at the library when we go stitching. So I'm working on it again today. I really want to get this done so that I can start Goose on the Loose. So I'm trying to work on it, you know, here and there where I can, and yeah.
Show the pattern.
I did.
Okay.
Yes, I showed this.
Oh.
Oh, sorry.
When I was talking about probable cause.
I didn't notice. Is the stem? Do you have to get your own stem, or
Yeah.
do you have to find your own stick?
It's a real
Pumpkin
stem, and you can buy them on Etsy. I already priced them out and everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We could always chop the one off of that.
I was looking at that little pumpkin. She's got a pumpkin over on her counter.
That actually is about the right size.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. But that one's not dried out yet.
Yeah. You have to get it and dry it.
So I finished this tank, and
We showed the pictures last week.
yeah, we took it apart. Here's the inner one.
Because
Here's the outer one.
the funny story is, Eve asked me for a picture of the finished with both layers on the what we call the Hannikin, which for those of you who are new to us, I have a dress form that is to my daughter's measurements, and so when I make her things, I use it, and so we call it the Hannikin. So she's like, "Can you take a picture of it on the Hannikin for me?" And I'm like, "Sure." So I go to put it on, and the bottom of that inner tank,
This part.
because it's cotton, it would not stretch over the shoulders of the Hannikin. And so I called her, and I'm like, "Oh no," because then I realized, like, I wouldn't be able to. I mean, I know it's smaller than me, but I still, like, you have to be able to stretch it a little to get your arms through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty tight. And you know, I kept thinking, this bottom thing is smaller than what the rest of it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
And I did counting almost every row. So it's the same counting, but because it's just a row
Solid.
of chains, it has no give.
You know, it's like doubles, right, or something?
The rest of it's double crochet and single crochet.
Yeah.
But the chain is what has no give.
Oh.
The chain is the chain, and
Oh, that's the beginning of it. Oh. Yeah.
yeah. So that's okay. I'm not broken up about it because this part right here,
That came out gorgeous.
this is what I fell in love with.
Yeah.
Why I started the pattern, and
So we're gonna send my daughter that,
yeah,
and she'll put it over whatever she puts it over, and it'll be cute.
and hopefully it fits.
Oh, it'll fit, 100%.
So you
Oh,
can have
and
that
here's
back.
a picture of just the yellow on the Hannikin.
Yeah, and
Perfect.
I'll just frog this and make it into something useful. So when I finished that, I started working on that flower pot that I've been working on, but
The crochet flower pot.
yeah, but I got this silvery gray yarn for free, 3 skeins, and I was like, oh, I need a project that uses 3 skeins. And I had been looking at this pattern for some time.
Stash in search of a project.
No, project in search of stash. I'd been looking at.
She'd been looking at that already.
Oh,
I've been looking at this for a couple of years now, and I couldn't find a yarn for it. The yarn that she used to create it, the seller no longer either exists or sells it. I can't remember what it was, this particular yarn. And I've seen similar things, but not when I was like in search of yarn, or I was in search of yarn for a different project.
Right.
And
We have to be careful with the table.
oh yeah, that
Keep
popping
making
sound.
that popping sound. Sorry.
So this is what's called the capelet, and it literally just goes over your head, like so, and goes down your shoulders.
That's cool.
And it's perfect for here because air
do
can
it
still
all.
move under it. It's not a sweater that captures your hands. So I
And it'll
think
keep the air conditioning drafts off in the summer
Mm-hmm.
and the cold
Right.
in the winter. Yeah.
right, and I think it'll look beautiful with something black. And yes, I wear black in the summer. So I think that'll be nice. I worked some more on my flag, and I lost a needle on it. I was like, where did that needle go? And I thought I was sitting on it because I kept feeling something poking me. No, I found it finally on the floor. But I finished the red row except for an inner part of this one thing. I just noticed it didn't have one when I was putting this away over here. And I'm trying to decide if I want to do just white, the bright white, with the inner parts that less white.
Uh-huh.
Um,
I think you should alternate flowers. Or
because it's quite a bit more of the bright white than the
Uh-huh.
other one. It's like 4 hanks to 2.
oh, okay.
And there's a lot of
Yeah.
those flowers. So what I might do,
So in the red, you just alternated. You didn't randomize.
right, and there's quite a bit more bright red than there is dark red. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I figure if
You
I
can
run
always
out, I
find
can
a
find a
DMC.
DMC.
Yeah.
To finish
would-
it off.
Because separate flowers, if it's a tiny, slight color variation, you're not going to notice.
Yeah. Anyway, it seems like they sent plenty of yarn of thread. They did send less than they did the blue
Mm-hmm.
for some reason. Okay, so because I purchased that class for the journal cover, did I talk about it
For
here?
Midsummer Stitch.
For Midsummer Stitch, did I talk about
You
it?
talked
here?
about wanting to get the class, and then you were not wanting to spend on the materials, I thought, so I didn't know
I
that
think
you
I had
gotten the
already
class.
purchased the class and realized how much the materials were.
Ah.
And then later on, I was reading Lindy Stitch's post, and they talk about the stuff that you have to buy. And I didn't see it there. I saw it when I was signing up for Midsummer Stitch.
Ah.
So I had started a journal, and I realized it's not going to go in that, but I'm going to go listen to the class about making a cover,
Yeah.
because that plastic sleeve thing goes inside the cover that's made. So I've been stitching on, this is by Tiny Modernist, called Dark Forest. And had I found a 14 count fabric, it would be perfectly sized, but it's actually looks good to me.
So instead of you're gonna make that, oh, you're doing the flat for the journal cover?
Uh-huh.
I see.
Yeah. So it's long enough to go around the back,
I see.
but it won't slide in the same way, but we'll figure it out. I'll figure it out.
Can I see?
So this is where I am. I've gotten pretty far. It has a lot of back stitching.
Can you see the pattern? I don't think I've ever seen that. Did you just start it this week?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's really cute.
I bought this pattern I might have been Midsummer Stitch last year.
I've never seen it in my memory. That's neat. I like it.
Yeah.
The
And
mushrooms.
I bought it to do the berry.
Uh-huh.
The little mountain and
Yeah.
all that. But it had the pattern for both, and I was like, that would be cool.
Cute. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that. And I'm really trying to go gangbusters and finish at least the stitching, if not the back stitching. And then I thought, if I did that back stitching as I go, it's not going to be such a trial.
Yeah. You don't have trauma, backstitching trauma.
Now let's talk about this gigantic cat here. I mean, I spent half my day stitching this cat. I'm like, I don't
It's
want
weird
this to
that
take.
it's so big with all the others.
The other
that
one's
are-
kind of small,
Yeah.
The cats are big in general compared to the dogs,
Yeah.
but this dog is big. I think.
Yeah.
I think I end up doing this dog. No, I don't end up doing that dog. I do this dog and this dog. But anyway, you can't see the dogs I'm pointing at, but doing this pattern, doing this row that has dogs and cats, but doing it shaped differently. And here's the cat. One row where it went below the darkest color.
Wow.
Yeah, it was.
July's gonna be worse.
So I have to pick another color
I was
now.
gonna say you better get one.
Yeah, because my phone, not the official temperature, which I haven't seen because the stupid thing wouldn't bring it up,
No.
but my phone said it was 118 yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
And that is above 115.
Right.
So I know it wasn't 118 at the. It's always less temperature at the
At the airport.
at the airport. But and I haven't heard news stories about the tarmac melting. So
That's at 120.
yeah. So I need to find another, perhaps a very very dark red.
You dropped something?
My
Stitch marker?
stitch marker. It's dark green circle. Hang on.
I don't see it.
Keep talking, Eve. I'll find it.
Okay. So I have still been working on Silver Creek Samplers, a Sweet Memory. And I've read this before, but it says, seems like only yesterday you were very small and left for me a memory of handprints on the wall. Anyone who has had very young children knows that they leave marks everywhere. They
Hannah
don't
used
mean
to draw tiny little circles all over.
A lot of times they don't mean to.
I think Rachel's house still has some.
Our house had a center laundry room in the middle, so it was like you could go all around it. And on the wall, we had generally had a couch on there, but at one point, when we moved the couch, you could see where I think my brother had drawn a line all across it.
Yeah. So, the story that she told was that she was cleaning out her son's room and there was a handprint on the wall and she cut it out of the wall. So, but my son, when I adopted him, he was older, and so we didn't play with little walking ducks and ABC blocks. I never bought him ABC blocks, I just read to him. So I designed the bottom of it differently with
So it's like, yeah. Can we pause?
yeah.
Sorry for the disruption. I completely lost my stitch marker, and I'm upset because it's one of the sets I got from, I want to say no, it's not a Chow needle. Anyway, it was a set, and now I don't know if I have any more of these dark green circles.
This thread was down Hank's throat this far. It's wet from here to here.
Nasty. Anyway, I dropped it. I don't know what could have happened to it, but it has gone into the ether. Anyway, sorry, Eve.
That's
you were
okay.
talking about.
I was talking about the bottom here, that I
Right.
designed a different bottom. And it's a towel with sunglasses, and it says Save the Citizen, which was a game he liked to play. And I was working on this still, even though I was working on the other thing. So I've got more of the towel done. And by the end of June, I will have done my 5 days on this. I won't have gotten to the other stuff that I wanted to work on, but that's okay. I did the WIP-GO. So, in this house we do Geek by Crazy Stitch. So, I kept trying to think of where I could put we keep it secret, we keep it secret,
Keep it secret, keep it safe.
I wanted it to say we
I
keep
see.
it secret, keep it safe. With a ring.
Ah.
And my first idea was to put it along the side because there's some space there, but it would look weird, I think, with everything else going this way. And I was looking at it, and the only thing that I thought about was this Doctor Who reference. I watched Doctor Who quite a lot,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think Robert's ever seen one.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to take a picture of this. I designed something to fit in that spot, and I'll just pick it out.
Oh, cool.
Pick out the Doctor Who
Right,
reference. Yeah.
right. So it says we do well, and so I thought we do well, we keep it secret, keep it safe with a ring, and I got it where it would fit. So I had to do the same tall, skinny, tight.
What's the phrase that's already there?
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff with
Oh.
with one of the,
Dalek.
I see.
and I'll put it in the same spot.
That's cool.
So, and I worked on the bottom part of this. So I almost have because done, and then it's We Do Geek, and that is really big, so it's going to be pretty close to the bottom. So it's a good thing I took out the Firefly reference. So there is that. So after I finish We Do Geek, I'll pick out the Doctor Who thing. And then July. So July 1st for Cross Stitch Camp, I'm going to do 250 Years of Freedom by Stitching with the Housewives. I have the threads ready, I have the fabric ready. So I thought I put the fabric here, but I guess not. hopefully this will not take me a long time because I'm still working on stuff for Midsummer Stitch, you know, and I want to do my WIP-GO. So for WIP-GO, one of my calls was to do 5 days on Blackberry by Hands On Design. I have a very small start. And this was one of my WIP-GO starts from last year. And I'm not going to put WIP-GO starts on this coming year because I just started like a thread. And that's not really a start. If I will start something, I want to work on it I get more done.
Yeah.
Like with the cross stitch camp piece, you know, where I have time to do it. So I still want to keep 5 days on my WIPs, but then that gives me half a month to do whatever.
Yeah.
So I might get done in 5 days, who knows?
You see,
It might not, but if I don't, I don't. And then this, I know I won't get done in 5 days. 5 days on Art Deco Summer it was Cross Stitching for Fun, now it's Sunflower Cross Stitch. This is what I fell in love with that made me buy all the other seasons. This one right here. Now, did I finish this one first? No.
Let me
No.
see it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, somebody was stitching on it.
Really?
And it's so pretty. This is all I have is one butterfly and one dragonfly and part of a butterfly. Now I love dragonflies, they're so pretty. I don't want them touching me, but I like looking at them. I don't want butterflies touching me either. So I know I won't get done, but I'll get some more work done on this. And then my new starts for July. One of them is the one I bought and let my son choose between We Do Geek and this one. This is called The Droids by Crazy Stitch.
Cute.
One from
Miranda? Oh, it's
Rogue One.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so C3PO R2,
BB-8.
BB-8, and
I can't think of it.
I remember.
K2SO.
Yeah. That's fun.
Yeah, I just need to buy some black thread fabric to do it. And the other one I'm really looking forward to. It's not that I'm not looking forward to that one. I think that one's adorable. I love this guy.
Did a frog?
Pumpkin toad.
Oh. Like his big old eyes.
Yeah. So
It's cute.
that is me.
All right. Now I have to get back past this next stitch marker so I don't lose it. I'm quite sad. It's so weird.
It's got to be around here.
It's got to be around here
Is
somewhere.
it?
When we
Yeah.
clear off the table, maybe it'll show up.
Yeah.
Okay. I was very near to finishing this top last week, and I went home and finished it. This is the whole thing. Here's a picture of it on the Hannikin. I think in the
Oh,
picture,
so you sewed the shoulders together?
I sewed the shoulders together first,
Oh.
and then I blocked it, and then I sewed down the side.
Oh. So
And
it's finished.
it's finished. It's
Ah.
it's blocked, sewn, seamed, and everything. So here's the neck hole right here. It probably would actually even fit me. Here's the neck hole, and the shoulders, and then you'll see in the photo they hang and they become the sleeves, like cap sleeves, and then the side is seamed from here to here.
So that's the one you're doing for Hannah and another one for
And
her friend.
another one for her friend.
Yeah.
And then the back is longer than the front. While I was putting it on the Hannikin, in the picture you'll see there's still some yarn hanging down because I hadn't woven in all the ends yet because I wanted to get it seamed and blocked and everything first. But while I was putting it on, I was like, is this the front? Is this the back? Is this? Because the length difference in the front is not hugely noticeable, and especially, you know, I was messing with it and I thought, and also it looks basically the same inside and out, and except for the seams, right? There's a little seam there, right? So I thought, that girl is going to wear it inside out and backwards. So I found a mildly contrasting yarn, and I'll put a close-up of it. I put a little tag on the inside back neck. You can kind of see it from the right side, but only if you're really looking.
Yeah.
And it's wool, and the top is made out of cotton, so it should kind of felt in there after a point, but I don't think it's going to come out. But that'll just give her a clue of how to put it on, because it's so it would be difficult to tell otherwise. So this is it. She is actually in Western Mass right now at a music conference, and I was hoping to like have it mailed so it would meet her, but she didn't know the address. So I have to, now she's there, busy, and I have to go, what's your address? What's your, where bug her about it. But
Well, I have a friend, a former colleague from the symphony who does interlocking every summer. And so when he said interlocking, I was like, wait, where's Hannah going to see you? Because I was trying to remember.
interlocking is high school.
Yeah.
So after I finished that, I was like, I miss my sweater. I do need to make another one, but I told Hannah I need a break from that stitch for a while. And her friend is actually getting married in September. So I'm planning to send it then as a wedding gift.
Oh, that's nice.
So that gives me the summer. But so I decided to go back to my sweater, which I'm very happy about. This is Knit Swirl.
Oh, yeah.
What is the name of it? It's a knit swirl pattern, and it's called, I believe it's called Stratosphere. If my iPad would wake up. Yeah, Stratosphere, not Stratosphere. And now I lost my page where I was. Nope. No, that's not it either. Here we are. So this is made, you start in the outside circle and you knit in, and then you bind off for the back neck, and then you make the shoulders and the sleeves out this way. It's kind of complicated, but I love projects like this. So I started it, and people who have knit these are like, it's so tedious to just knit in a circle, but I actually am loving it, and it's going pretty quickly. This is now 12 welts. So a welt is, this is all purls, this is knits, this is purls, and it alternates like that. So this is 12, I have to do 14, and then I start to make the inner collar edge. So I think it's going fast. And I really like the drape of this yarn. This is, oh gosh, I can't remember. This yarn is Noro. It's Noro Silk Garden. It's a worsted weight, and it's in the color, well, it's color 548, but it's like grays and blues. I thought it was going to be a gray and blue sweater, and it's more like a, I don't know.
It is
I guess
gray and
it
blue.
is gray and blue. There's a lot of brown in it, and some different lighter colors. But it is, I thought there's going to be more black, actually, but it's working out. And it kind of becomes reversible also. So like these welts that are worsted, they stand out on the outside. I mean, that are purled stand out on the outside, but then the opposites stand out on the inside. So anyway, I like the drape of it. It's hard to see. Oh, and I just lost a bunch of stitches. And my stitch marker. Good job. Good job, good job. Sorry, I gotta do this real quick before I
Before you have another disaster.
have another disaster. Okay. I was throwing it around and I lost one. Okay. Do you have another stitch marker, Eve? You just dropped something.
Onto your,
That's a thread or something.
yeah.
It's right here. Sorry. I dropped a stitch, so I'm gonna have to fix that. But I really like it. It's going well. I have like, yeah, 1.5 more welts before I switch to something different. And I like the just sitting down knitting in a circle. I can watch TV, I can listen to a book, and it's kind of brainless. And I made a marker here. I added a little marker to this one because this is halfway. So when I pass it, I'm halfway. So, because it's still, when I'm done with these 14 welts, it will be 528 stitches still, as opposed to whatever I cast on. I can't even remember. It was a lot. Because every 4 or 5 rows, I'm doing decreases. So, anyway, that's me. That's what I'm doing right now, just kind of being monogamous, letting this be my knitting relief of
Rows are very
stress.
interesting because you don't have to like count.
Yeah.
And what I'm doing is shell stitch, but it's in rows, and I just do the same thing the whole row.
Yeah.
And then
Well-
the next row is the same thing. Just,
Yeah. Yeah, and this is nice because it's like you knit for 3 rows, and then the 4th row you knit, but you decrease, but you'll decrease when you get to a marker, so you don't have to remember or count. And then you purl for 4 rows, and then the 5th purl row you decrease, and so it's really, I really like it. And I am no longer afraid of this sweater. I used to be afraid of it, and I had this pattern book for I don't know how many years I've had it, and I'm like, I want to make one, I want to make one, I want to make one, but I was always terrified of it. I don't know why. So I'm enjoying it. This is the perfect time of my life to have this pattern. So this is good, and that is me.
Okay. Excuse me. So last week I was finishing up my actual WIPs for June WIP-GO. I had my brain is failing me now. The Festive Forest, I was working on last week. And I had finished Our Favorite Elf. I finished that, I guess the week before or whatever. So all I had left for my June WIP-GO was my new starts that I had not started yet. But before I started on any of them, I did on Father's Day, I did this To My Dear Father. I worked on it. I work on it very little, just like on my dad's birthday and on Father's Day or whatever. But one of the things is that this fabric that I chose is very close to the color of some of these stitches, but it's all there's like greens and blues and stuff around the house and the yard and everything. There's like a little river or something in the front, so all the like white stitching will be surrounded by other colors and stuff, so it'll show up a little better. But I wanted to finish there's like a picket fence across the bottom here, and I have a little ways to go to finish it, and I almost did, and I got tired, and I was falling asleep, so I stopped stitching it. But there's rows of it's Weeks Dye Works parchment, this thread here, and so there's like a couple of sections of it in here, and then this picket fence across the bottom. And I wanted to get all the parchment done just so
Eve, thank you.
just so just to have a good stopping point. But like I said, I got tired of it before I got to the end of what color I was wanting to use or whatever, so it's ongoing. But then I did start on my new starts. So one of them was Merry and Bright Mice by Lindsay White of Primrose Cottage. It's this little thing, and it was a freebie on her site. She does like if you get her newsletter, she does like Friday freebies like once a month or something like that. And you can buy a kit for the freebie, or I guess you could just download. I just downloaded the freebie by itself. But so I've had this for a while, but I finally stitched on it, and actually I stitched more on it than I thought I was going to. But I got most of a mouse here, and then the snow on this the tree that they're decorating, and there's part of a cardinal here, and I think part of a cardinal on top of the tree here. So I did a lot of the brown of the mouse, of the upper mouse, and there's a different shade of brown for the second mouse, for the other mouse. So, and I did part of, like, there's a little bit of white for his, I guess, his collar or something like that, of his little Christmas outfit. So, I have a couple more days of the month left, so I want to eventually get back to that, because I think I'm going to finish this probably today. This is Night Owl by Stitchy Pros, and this was last year's Stitch the Rainbow with a Night Garden palette. And that is actually this palette of colors. They're like, this one is Merlot. This is the color I'm using right now because I've done all the other three colors. And it was this color that Hank, our dog, had down his throat. We were looking for something, and I guess there was
Stitch marker.
a little water thread, and I knocked it off the table. And so I'm looking around, and there's Hank with a hanging out of his mouth. So I'm pretending it wasn't in his throat, because at some point I'm probably going to end up like, anyway, because I'm a thread licker.
Gross.
But I don't lick the whole length of the thread like he does. So. But anyway, so this is how far I've gotten, and I went back and forth about, because I have some purple, a couple of shades of purple. One is more red than the other, and then I had a couple of pieces of this blue fabric, and like there's this one here that I use for the mice, and then so I always end up like, I don't know, I'm very drawn to just dye everything blue, and I was kind of wanting a darker color, but I was concerned that this dark bluish color wouldn't show up well. So I think it actually looks pretty good. The model stitch here is on like a just a beige neutral color, and it's supposed to be, you know, there's an owl and the moon over here, so it's supposed to be kind of night-ish, I would think. So anyway, so I chose this blue, but the problem is that the owl's face is in the pattern. It's just like negative. It's negative, you know, fabric, just fabric showing. And so, so this owl has a blue face, so that's not necessarily appropriate. So I think the parchment that I was using on the other pattern, yeah, the Idea Father pattern, I'm going to use just to stitch his face.
Yeah, I think it would look good.
Yeah, because there's around the edge of his face here is more of this
It'll stand
Merlot
out when you
color.
Stop leaning on the table.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
And so, but the inside, you know, should be white. And I think it make his beak stand out a little more, because I was looking at the beak and it's hard to see against the blue. But so right now I'm just doing this purple color. There, like you could see it at the end of his tail here. It goes all the way up his body, and then there's a little ring around his face, and then there's a few other details of these flowers around here. There's one down here in the corner. I have to move the hoop to get to it, But other than that, besides the stitching on the owl itself and this one corner, I think I'm oh, and there's some around the moon up here. So I'll probably be able to finish it tonight or tomorrow on that. So that's one of my WIP-GO new starts, along with, and I'll be able to get back to this mouse. Then for July, since the numbers came out, I didn't bring my cross stitch camp piece, which is Freedom Flock by Plum Street Samplers, and it's the little one of those little stacked things, right? One of those little
You can
stacked
take a picture.
yeah, stacked animals that Paulette Stewart from Plum Street has been doing. There's a stack of kangaroos and koalas and sloths and things like that. But this is a stack of eagles. So there's a big eagle with his wings spread, and a smaller, regular eagle with his wings folded up, and then a little baby eagle on top, I think. But so that's my cross stitch camp piece, because the prompt for July was stitch something patriotic or in the colors of your flag or whatever. But anyway, so that's the one I'm doing for July. And then for my WIP-GO pieces, the beaver is one of them. And this one, I think I still have to do all the leaves and stuff. I don't know that I'll be able to finish this. I would hope that I could finish it, because every time one of these a year in the forest or year in the woods patterns has come up for WIP-GO this year, I've been able to finish it. But this one I didn't. I think I did not do quite as much on as the others. So I still have all of his tail. I did like the outline and some of the little inner details on his tail, but I have all the rest of his tail to do, and then another color of his whole body to do finish. So the beaver itself is not finished, and then there's a whole bunch of little autumn leaves kind of around it. So I don't know, because my goal is just 7 days on each of my whips, so I don't know how far I'll get on that, but I'm going to try my hardest. And then my other WIP piece is Dust of Snow by Lindy Stitches. And it's got a beautiful Robert Frost poem that says, "The way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I rued." When I saw that poem, I just absolutely loved, fell in love with this design. And so there's a crow. And so I think I did the crow and some of these hanging things here, but and part of the verse, the beginning of the verse, but I still have, there's a border and the rest of the words. I just got just a little start on it. So
That's a lot. That's not a little start.
well, But so I still have a long ways to go, but I absolutely love this. So I'm very excited to get back to it this month of July. And then for my new starts, I have this from last summer's Midsummer Stitch. It's called Midsummer Moth by Lindy Stitches, and it goes like this. Actually, the picture is sideways. It's stitched on black, and I do have, earlier this year, I had another owl, Under the Full Moon, I think it's called. And I had used this purple and black linen that I had dyed, had dyed for another project that was too dark. But I did use it for that pattern, and I had two pieces of it. I had one full piece, and then a scrap piece, and the scrap piece was big enough for that pattern. But so I think I still have the other piece that I can use for this. because this was done, I think on Black Ada was this pattern was done on. And I don't know if I have any right now, but I do have that purple and black linen that I think I'm going to use it on.
Why does it look like it has stripes? Or is that just your print?
I think it's just the printer. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
Yeah. And it's all, I think it's all DMC colors. Yeah. So it should be pretty easy to get started on. And then my other new start is a kit that I bought at Hobby Lobby just on a whim. And it's a little butterfly, black and yellow butterfly. There's like 2 shades of yellow, I think, and black. And I think brown also. It looks deceptively, it looks just like black and yellow, but when you look a little closer, there's a few different shades in there. And it comes with white kit Ada, but I think I actually might, if I, on a whim, I might go ahead and dye the fabric just to...
I have to re-dye my fabric so
Yeah.
I can do it.
So I might just dye it like maybe a green or something that the black and yellow will stand out on, look good on. But it came with this little black hoop, which I may or may not finish it in, whatever, and then the pattern and all that, but all the threads and stuff. So yeah, this it's pretty simple. I think I don't know exactly what the stitch count is, but it's not very big. So that's my other new start for July, and I think that is me.
Cool. All right. So that brings us to our question of the week. Last week, we asked you all if you had any questions from us. Kathy Evans asked how often do we get to see our extended family. We do come from a large family. Our immediate family is only 4 siblings. My brother is in Albuquerque, and I've seen him a couple of times recently, but it's been a little while since all 4 of us were together.
Yeah.
I think.
Usually when he comes out here.
Yeah, he comes out here like for the holidays and stuff. So we've seen him. I've been back to New Mexico a couple of times,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and I've seen him more recently than they have.
But I went with you with
Oh yeah,
in the spring. Yeah.
yeah. So
And my aunt comes out here a lot.
yeah, and then we have cousins galore, and that group is less. We've not seen them recently. At my cousin's memorial, several of them came, and actually, I need to talk to them. Cindy and Sarah are planning to come out to a Music Fest concert at some point, so I need to get the schedule to them.
I had a letter from Eunice.
Yeah, and I
not
saw
too long
Eunice,
ago.
and
Yeah.
I hadn't seen her. I hadn't seen her in a long time, so it was good to see her. and
Yeah.
talk
Well,
to her.
we live all over the United
Yeah,
States.
Yeah.
My Eunice is the one that when she was little, when the kids were little, they called her Eunice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we do have a huge family. We don't see them often enough.
Mhm.
That is the succinct answer. But immediate family, there's only 4 of us.
Yeah.
And Homespun in Wales asked if all 3 of us have children and do they live close by. I have 2. My one lives across the country from me in Boston, and my daughter, and then my son actually lives with us. And then Eve has.
I have one son that I adopted, and he lives here with us.
And I have no children, which is why I have no gray hair.
True.
I have some gray hair, but not as much as they do.
So that is us. And
My brother has no children.
Yeah, my brother. Yeah, he's got no kids. So that is us. So this year we would like to know what you this year. Oh my god. So since it finally will be 4th of July next week. Next week is actually going to be the 4th of July. Apparently I've been celebrating for a month. So for those of you in the United States, what are you planning to do? Do you have any plans? Do you have travel plans, party plans? So at Costco, I walk by. We're gonna have a little get together uh, for lunch on the 4th and some games and stuff. But I walked by in Costco, they have these like solo cups that are blue, red, and then the clear ones have stars all over them. They're so cute.
Have
And
you
I'm like,
seen the little
they're like
Lowe's?
250 cards.
Have you seen the little Lowe's buckets?
No.
They say 250 years or
Yeah.
something. They're about this big, but they look like the big giant,
5-gallon buckets?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Aw.
And I'm like, there's no Lowe's over here. I can't go get one.
I'll have to go get one. And
They're
then,
probably out by now. But yeah.
and then also at Costco they have a set of 4th of July plates. It's like 300 of them or whatever, Costco wise. But they're so beautiful. They have like blue and white stars all around the side. Of course, everybody is, okay, you want to talk about capitalism, everybody is capitalizing on the 250th anniversary, but it's fun. And
More
it's
so
like,
than the bicentennial
yeah,
even.
yeah.
There's like at Walmart they have all kinds of
Oh, yeah.
they have like these star-shaped tumblers
Yeah.
that are red, white, and blue, and they're
Oh, cute.
if you look at them,
From
shit
the
on
top.
they're star-shaped.
How do you drink out of them?
They have just a lid and a cut like this, but
Oh.
the body is star-shaped.
Oh, funny.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's fun.
Yeah.
We're having fun over here. So just wanted to
Did
know,
you hear
how are
what
you celebrating?
Homespun in Wales said?
Yeah.
I can't believe you're only 250 years
Yeah.
old.
Yeah.
My house is almost
Almost
that.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. It's funny. We're according, in comparison, we're still a baby nation, but well, like I've said in the past, like I can't believe that Mozart was writing, I think it's the Oboe Concerto in 1776. I think of Mozart as still like ancient music,
Uh-huh.
but the United States is modern.
Yeah.
But they were actually coexisting at the beginning.
Yeah.
So that's always trips my mind up. But anyway, we're just wondering, how are you going to celebrate next week if you are in the United States? And if you're not in the United States, you can still celebrate and have fun anyway.
Well, and you
Just
know,
pretend. No,
the
I'm just
U.S.
kidding.
has been celebrating in small ways all year.
All year, even since
And-
last year, yeah.
And you, there's some truck commercials that are very funny. Over 250 years ago, we threw some tea in the
bay.
in the bay, and we're still, behaving that way. I think it was for a Ram truck or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Yeah, when Eve and I were in high school was the bicentennial, and that was a big celebration and stuff.
Sure.
And what I really remember is our marching band went to Disneyland for they were having
SeaWorld and Disneyland.
Yeah, they were having we marched in a parade at Disneyland for the bicentennial, and but so we did some fundraiser stuff beforehand, and the one thing I really remember, because my mom bought some, was we sold these little tumblers that had a little silver etched stamped symbol on them for the bicentennial. But yeah, so they had red, white, and blue ones that were for the bicentennial, and then there were some yellow ones with like a smiley face or something on it.
Because it was 1976.
Yeah.
I mean, 1976.
1976.
Yeah.
But so yeah, that's what freaks me out, because I was here for the bicentennial and for the
And
semi
I've been watching a lot of the
centennial.
reactions of people coming to the U.S. for the World Cup, and they are amazed at how proud we are of our country.
They like the country, where sometimes people here don't.
Yeah.
They like ranch dressing.
The quote I like is, if you want to hate the U.S., watch the news. If you want to love the U.S., drive across the country.
Yeah.
And one of the things was I think it was a soccer match, but it might have been baseball, because a whole group of the Scots went to the baseball game.
In Boston, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But how they had huge flags out on the field it had to have been a soccer game, for both countries, right? Gigantic flags while they did the national anthem. And they're like, I don't even understand how they're like, we're not allowed to fly their flag whenever they want to. You know, and here people have flags hanging out of their
Yep.
house whenever they feel like it.
Yeah.
The only thing they can't do is put a big giant flagpole.
Yeah.
You know, people do anyway.
So I got really emotional yesterday. I was on an errand for work, and this will come in stories also, but this is transitioning from 4th of July to this story. We're having to change our security thing at work, and we're using something called a YubiKey, which, if you're familiar, is like a little USB size plug that you plug in to verify that you are you. And we're switching over everyone in the office, and I'm in charge of it, and me and IT. And I was like, I can't just hand people just naked keys. So I went to Lowe's to buy the springy, those springy keychains.
Oh yeah, yeah.
was-
The
that
little
was
like
mine.
springs
Will
look
go
like
on
a
your
waist.
wrist.
That was
Oh,
mine.
okay.
That will go on your wrist. So I went and bought a whole bunch of colors so that everyone in one building can have a different color and everyone in the other can have a different color. Just so that, like, if it's laying around
You know,
and it's red, we know whose it is.
yeah.
But anyway, so I sat in the parking lot and plugged in Google Maps Lowe's, and it said Lowe's Home Improvement. And hold on a second. For some reason, my YouTube is trying to listen to me and publish it live. What the heck? No, you may not. Okay, so I just saw something moving, and I'm like, what? Okay, anyway,
So Lowe's.
Lowe's Home Improvement. So I blindly, stupidly trusted Google Maps like I do every single day. And I'm driving along, and it had me go down this one road and then turn on this little road. And I was going to Scottsdale Road, but I could understand that it was like taking me like so that I could do right turn, right turn, right turn, right? Anyway, I turn to go west on this one road, and it's very straight. So it's straight from Hayden to Scottsdale Road. So you could see all the way down. And I don't know if it's a mile between Hayden and Scottsdale, maybe.
I think so.
And all the way at the end, and I could tell it was on the other side of Scottsdale Road, was this giant flagpole and a ginormous flag. And you know how windy it was yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
It was just in the breeze. And I turned and I looked up, and I had an emotional reaction to seeing that flag, because it was like if you animated a flag flying, and that's what you would draw. Like, it was so perfect. It was perfectly waving, and I'm driving, and it's huge when I turn, and I'm driving. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it was like on the other side of Scottsdale Road, on the top of some building. I don't even know what it was, but it was huge. It was beautiful, and it was like there was no clouds. It was just shiny, bright sunlight, and this flag. And anyway, it was very emotional. Then I got emotional for another reason, because I turned north on Scottsdale Road, and it's like I'm driving for a little while, and I'm like, I don't think there's a Lowe's here, because right there, it's basically Scottsdale and Frank Lloyd Wright,
Yeah.
super fancy area, and I'm
Yeah.
like, there's no, and it says you've arrived, and the pin dot was basically like the sidewalk on Scottsdale Road, and I'm like, I have not arrived. So I'm like, what the heck? There is no Lowe's here. And I thought, did there used to be? I don't think so. And there's like, I can't think of the name. What's the name of that restaurant? That big Mancuso's, and like all these fancy restaurants. And I'm like, there is no Lowe's here. So I go into the parking lot, and I'm searching, and it will not. The only Lowe's, and it says Lowe's Home Improvement, is right there on Scottsdale Road. I'm like, something is terribly wrong. And so I start driving, and I can see kind of behind this area where I am, there's another giant shopping center. So I start driving over there, and I see things like Michael's and things. So I'm driving, and I'm looking like this, like, wow, where am I? And of course, somebody yells at me, slow down, because I kind of went through a crosswalk without being aware. There was no one in front of me. They were just wanting to walk across in front of me, and I didn't allow them to, so they yelled at me. And I kept driving, and then finally I go and I kind of wind around, and then I see another parking lot. So I start driving there, and I see plants, and I'm like, it's here. It was facing Frank Lloyd Wright. It was not facing anywhere near Scottsdale Road. And I'm like, why did it not? So anyway, that's when I found Lowe's. But I couldn't believe that. I was like,
That's what Dad used to call the GPS mentirosa.
which means liar in Spanish. Yeah, it totally lied to me. So, but I enjoyed the view of the flag. And then when I went there, I was like, oh, you know those little keychains are like $1. No, they were $2.90 something. So anyway,
That's like when we bought a key to Mary Lou's apartment.
Yeah.
When we were in Albuquerque from my cousin's memorial, we were gonna go run some errands or something, and my aunt. They were going out
for the memorial.
It was because I was gonna
Yeah.
So I was gonna meet my friend for lunch, and Naomi and Mary Lou were gonna meet our cousins for lunch. And so I needed a key to the apartment because I wasn't leaving at the same time they were.
Mary Lou said, just leave it unlocked. I'm like, no.
Yeah, she's told me that before too.
Yeah, because she couldn't. I guess she couldn't find a spare key. She said, she thought she had one, but she couldn't, couldn't remember where it was or couldn't find it or whatever. And so there was a whole bunch of keys. We were like trying all the keys in her door. But so we decided to run out to Lowe's and make some keys so that, she would know this is a spare key. They had like some New Mexico symbols on, you could get a key with a New Mexico symbol on it or whatever.
And she's like, no, that's going to be mine.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah. So anyway, we got a few different things, but yeah, it's bizarre.
That's how I knew they had a key thing at Lowe's, and that I would be able to find those key rings.
Yeah.
So yeah. So then I bought them out of them, basically, like trying to get one of each color, but they didn't have enough, so I had to double up on some colors. But yeah, no, that was my adventure yesterday. But it worked, and
we went to Stitch at the library yesterday.
Yeah.
And on the way back, we passed some building that had a flag, and the flag was like, the end of it was all tattered. And I think they need a new flag. And I was thinking about that, we need to buy a flag because this house has a little flagpole holder.
Oh, okay.
But we don't have we don't have a flag.
That was the first thing that Robert did. I have a little metal plant in the yard flag, and so the flag itself is only about this big.
Yeah.
And one of the first things that Robert did was plant it in front of the house.
Yeah. Mark bought a really nice flag.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
It's gorgeous, and it has where it's attached to the pole, it rotates so it doesn't get wrapped around itself.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful. And what was I going to say? Eli goes at the night of Flag Day. Eli goes, today was Flag Day. Mark's like, I didn't know it was Flag Day. I didn't put the flag out. I didn't know it was Flag Day. He was upset. But what was I gonna say about? On Tuesday, Monday night, my friend Ray asked me. She's like, they have at Majestic Theaters. I've never been to a Majestic. Down in Chandler, they have a night where it's a mystery movie for $5, and you don't know what you're gonna see. You pay $5. So she invited me. So we went, and she guessed it right. She thought, I think it's gonna be this because of the rating, but it was Young Washington.
Oh yeah.
It was really good.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoyed it, and it was nice. It was a kind of place where they have like a tray and you can order food while you're watching a movie and stuff. I said Young Frankenstein. No, it was Young Washington. They have a bottomless popcorn bowl, which I didn't get because we had just eaten and I was very full. But it was like you get a big silver bowl like this, and stuff. So, and they're going to show Citizen Kane. Soon. So she and her husband and me and Mark are going to go. to see that because that's a classic.
That reminds me of there's a movie called oh gosh, I can't think of the name now. But my mom and dad loved it. My mom especially. About the guy with a heart transplant. His wife died. Anyway, remember? No, what is it called?
Remember Me?
Remember Me.
Yeah, that's the name of it.
Return to
Return
Me.
to Me. That's what it
Yeah.
is.
Some.
Yeah, but there's a scene where the girl that gets the heart transplant, she's I think it's, I don't know if it's before or after. I think it's before the transplant. She's lying in the hospital bed, and her friend is there, taking care of her or whatever, and she asks her, are you okay? You need water or something? And she goes, Rosebud.
Yeah.
It's a great movie, by the way.
What,
It's a great movie to watch. You can watch it with your parents.
Yeah.
It's
You just can't remember the name.
Yeah.
I remember the name.
Return to Me. It's called.
But yeah, so
It's a very
Citizen
sweet
Kane,
movie, yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. But
I still want to see Project Hail Mary. I don't think it's in theaters
No,
anymore.
I don't think so.
But it's supposed to be coming to streaming now.
Hannah said she saw 2 horror movies that were good, and I was surprised to hear my husband say, "I'm interested in that one." I'm like, "What?" Because he saw a video about it, but Backspaces, I think it's called, that is like filmed like it was like a super low budget film, and it was like your limited view is like you can't see around corners, and like it's super scary. And I heard Mark say, "Oh yeah, I'm interested in that one." I'm like, "What? You?" And then the other one was Obsession.
Yes, I want to see that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks interesting.
Yeah.
She said it was really good. But yeah,
Yeah,
I
I've
want
read
to
about-
see.
I've read a lot about that
There
one.
was another one I've been
Beth
wanting.
kept saying she wanted to see Disclosure Day, and I was like,
Oh,
I kind of do, but I've kind of read that it's
Ray saw it and
a
said it
little-
was good.
Yeah, that it was a little bit repetitive or something like. But it's Steven Spielberg, so I'm kind of
Yeah. I would like to see that. But
Yeah.
it's so hot. I'm so busy. I have no life until
I'm so broke.
after July 20. July 20 looms large, and after that,
we've
maybe.
been talking up your upcoming season, so we need some stuff so that we can show the ladies at
Oh, yeah,
the library.
Yeah.
I can.
They may not be able to go that far, but they might.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be good. Bill Murray's coming.
Yeah, that's what I told them. They were like, "What?"
Yeah,
Yeah, so
there's a couple interesting things. He might sell out, so on July 20. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, I can give you something.
Yeah.
okay.
But yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good after the big rush of the on sale in July. Things will get very boring at my job, and it'll be nice. So I can relax a little. And then Hannah's coming at the end of August, so that's fun. We're gonna see if we can do a cabin or something. Oops, I just passed my marker, and I need to mark my row, or I will be sad.
Somebody at the library was talking about going to New Mexico, I think, and then they said they were gonna, and when they came back, they were gonna stop it. They were gonna go to Greer
Oh,
at some point. Yeah.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
she's from. A couple of them are from Albuquerque.
Yeah. Yeah. The
Went to
they went to
Monsanto.
Monsanto, and
oh wow.
yeah, Monsanto High School. But yeah, so we were talking about that.
I love Greer. It's beautiful. Yeah, I'm in the process of looking for a cabin that's on water somewhere. And I found one that's right on a river, but it's too expensive. And then I found another one that I really like. It's not far from a river. It's a beautiful little cabin. So it's a big cabin, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just looking. It's my
like that-
favorite.
that
My
big
favorite
one we went to.
occupation. What?
Like that one we went to with Dad. We went glamping.
Yeah, that was nice. It wasn't in like forest though. It was like so
Yeah.
exposed, It was
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
it was
but
nice.
it was good for Dad because there was it, even though he still fell,
Yeah.
it wasn't mountainous.
No, and it was nice and flat area. That area is so beautiful with that little
Yeah,
river running
but
through
we
it.
should have known better than to go someplace so far away from medical help.
Well,
Yeah.
it wasn't too bad, fortunately.
Yeah.
But it was a good trip.
Yeah.
If you want to see it, one of our episodes back in 2021, you can see we actually filmed outside on the cabin porch, so you
Yeah.
can find that in our archives if you're interested in that. Greer, Arizona is so beautiful. And it was cold. Remember how cold it was? It was like in the spring. It was like May, I think.
Was it me? I thought it was later.
Nope, it was May. Well, I have got to get ready to go because guess what I have to do this weekend? Nothing. And I want to get started on doing nothing right away because I am so tired of doing something. So I'm going to go and I'm going to knit. Oh, and tomorrow comes I ordered a under the desk. What do you call them? Elliptical. To go at my office so that I can sit and just because I really would like an in-office treadmill, but I have a huge office, but I don't have enough space kind of behind my desk. I would have to be on it all the time, and I can't do that.
You could be like George Costanza and sleep under your desk.
I can sleep under my desk. Actually,
I used to think about that all the time because my desk at Family Life was kind of like oblong,
Yeah.
Like an L shape. And yeah, there was room, like a lot of room underneath. And
I
thought,
could
yeah,
totally make a little bed under mine. I have a big corner like this desk, and I could totally get in there. But yeah, I'm gonna get that elliptical and take it to work on Monday, and that'll be nice because
to do something with your legs.
yeah, because I need to be active during the day, so it'll be good. And I'm gonna order. Oh, I'm finally going to order my quilt fabric. I'll probably order it this weekend. So maybe by next week I'll have it to show. Maybe. Maybe not because of the holiday. I don't know. But in the next couple weeks we'll see it. I'm excited about that. And then I think we are done.
I think so.
Thanks so much for joining us for another week of crafts, talking, and nonsense and Diet Coke.
Yes.
And we will see you back again next week when it will actually be 4th of July.
Yes.
Thanks so much.
Bye.